Welcome back to Schmutz on Your Boots. We're on our way to South Carolina today. Weather's not cooperating very good, but we're hoping it will clear up a little bit as we get a little closer to Illinois. Anyway, we got about 12-hour drive to South Carolina to our hotel. We'll be there for a day or two to settle in, relax, do some stretching, figure out our plan for where we're going to park the car, and meet up with Taz and find out how he's going to transport us around from trailhead to trailhead. And, but the goal is to have the car put at the end of the trail, so when we get to the end of our 77-mile journey, we can just get in our car and go home. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll be coming back at you in a little bit. Schmutz on Your Boots.
Good morning. Schmutz on Your Boots here.
Schmutz on Your Boots. It's official. We are officially on the Foothills Trail. Just got on. We're about 100 yards on the trail. Still walking. Had to take my first pee, but we're going now. And if you look around, you can see we got some burns and some blowdowns around here. And it's a beautiful day. It's very windy, but we are going to have a good time. And we're getting started. So stay tuned for more. We'll see you in a little while. Schmutz on Your Boots.
Just was noticing the greenery here. These are the wild rhododendrons. They're crazy beautiful. Feels like you're going through a green tunnel. It's really cool.
We're coming to our first bridge crossing. There goes Mama across the bridge. You can see it got some trees down too. 3-4 days ago they had 2 tornadoes come through here, and I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of trees laying down. But also these guys that work on this trail, they've got it cleared up. We've only had to crawl over 1 tree. Here's the bridge so far. We're about 3 miles in right now, I believe. We're close to it. So you can see right here, that big old pine tree there probably came down with the tornado. And some of these trees are just uprooted. And some of these trees are just gigantic. One thing about walking this trail or hiking this trail is you gotta look up. You gotta look up once in a while. Look at those. You come from Missouri, you don't get to see that every day. It is amazing.
Okay, we're gonna stop for some water. This is our first water source that we've came across. It's moving, it's clear, looks pretty good. We are thirsty. We're gonna take a break.
All right. Schmutz on your boots here. Thing one and thing two, walking the Foothills Trail. This is our first day. Everything's going pretty good. We're about 5 miles in. Walking the trail, we're gonna try to get up to the 8-mile mark. There should be a campsite there. We're gonna camp there for the night. Rest our piggies, give each other foot massage, or at least I'll give her one. I don't know if she'll touch my feet or not, but I don't blame her. And cook a little dinner and relax and get a good night's rest. Supposed to get cold tonight, like down in the 20s, I think. So it's a good thing we bought those nice sleeping bags. Anyway, should be good. I want to do a big shout out to my main man, Taz. I put his phone number on here in a little while if anybody ever comes out this way. He's our shuttle driver. He drove us from Table Rock State Park back to Coney State Park because we wanted to hike from west to east. A lot of people do that. Some people want to go east to west, or west to east, don't matter. Anyway, he drove us from one end of the trail to the other and dropped us off. It's about a 77-mile drive. So the man's been doing it for about 10 years. Taz knows everything about this trail. He gives you a tour of it as he's driving you over here, shows you where some of the road crossings are, shows you where some water sources are. And if you don't want to carry your food with you for, if you do a 7-day hike like we are, or a 6-day or a 5-day hike, if you're kind of fast or you want to go fast, he's got these cans he'll put your food in and bring them out here and stash them along the trail so you don't have to carry all that extra weight. Now we're carrying all that extra weight on us because, well, we want to be self-sufficient. We don't want nobody to help us or nothing, but it's always an option. If you want to do it, you can do it. You have to watch my breathing here because this is a steep climb here. Anyway, Taz is the man. He'll get you where you need to go. He works on donations. That's right, he works on donations. So whatever you want to give him or tip him well. We did, especially with the price of gas and driving his old Chevy truck up here. He's put 2 motors in it, 2 transmissions in it, and still got 310,000 miles on it. But yeah, it run great. Anyways, my freaking breath. So I'll get back at you. Hold on.
Got a map. No matter where we are on the trailer, help.
Yeah. If you needed help or something right now, or you just done, you can't do it, you just call him, he'll come get you. There's several trailheads that lead in and off the Foothills Trail. He'll just come pick you up and get you whatever you need. He'll make a reservation for you at a hotel, whatever you want him to do, he does it. So anyway, it's nice to have that support when you're out here by yourself, especially for a couple newbies like me and Lisa. This is our first real true test of courage and strength and willingness, and because you're out here, there ain't no turning back now, man. Right? So here we go. Anyways, quit breathing in your ear. I'll catch up with you when we get to camp. See you in 4 miles. There's much on your boots. All right, we're walking We're almost to camp, still walking, but we come across this area that they had the hikers kept out of here about 4 or 5 days ago because they were burning all this. So they burned it all off. Still some tornado damage everywhere. But anyways, most of it's burnt down. You can see how thin it is. They thinned it out pretty good. We're down in this little valley and we were just like, man, this looks really cool, kinda, right? So here we are, videotaping it, or telephone screening it, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, there's my next white blaze. Gotta keep moving on. You see Mama Bear up there in the red. She's a walking machine, man. I'm trying to keep up. I'll just meet her at camp. I'll see you there too. Schmutz on your boots, keep them dirty. Man, that's a big old tree there that fell. Whew. You see the root ball ripped right out of the ground. Must have fell a long time ago. It looks kind of old down here. That's a root ball. In case you don't know what a root ball is, that's it. Make sure there ain't no snakes in the road when I get up there. Man, this is just beautiful. I gotta go slower. Josh will say, you turn too fast. This is freaking awesome. All right, see you in a little bit. I hope this does this tree some justice. I'm gonna get the sun in there. Oh my Lord. Woo, doggy. Now that's a tree. I wonder how old that tree is. Some kind of pine. Almost going down a hill. Woo. Some of our food we repackaged. That's how much water is needed just to condense the packages. Takes up much less space. This is our food bag, which will get hung in a tree in a little bit.
What am I having? I don't see a plane. There you go. Now I need to go see what that river looks like. Wanna go with me?
I'll watch this, but you can take that. Put away.
You want me to fill it?
That one's full. The other one in my backpack. Can't put it on right now.
I'm gonna go look at the water. We will hear that all night long. There's no flies out here. There's no bugs out here. There's a lot of other campers over there. I think they might just be here for the weekend, not through hikers. Looks like all women. Go figure. So we just came over here on a side.
What do you think? End of day one. How many miles we go, Mom?
No. 8 or 9 or 10.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
I think it's about 8 miles today. Maybe a little more. You look at the map and it tells you, oh, it's this many miles of there, but your pedometer thing tells you, oh no, it's on the screen. There's less than that or more than that. So we're guessing about 8 miles. We're at a campsite. Do we remember what it's called?
Pigpen Falls.
We're at Pigpen Falls.
Or some lickety log.
Log liquor.
Liquor.
Lint liquor, toad liquor. Friggity Fraggity Falls.
We are next to about 10 or 15 women. Single women.
Yeah, there's a big group of women over here decided they were going to hike today, Saturday, so we think there's a lot of weekenders out here, so the campground's packed. Some people are going backwards on the trail, going, oh, you won't find a spot up there. So we come in here dressed like a couple of pairs. People split.
No, you're kidding.
We found a spot pretty easily. So here we are.
He is the only man in the camp. And you notice he had his shirt off.
Right? I got my shirt off.
I thought you were going to offer to go help hang some bear bags there for a minute.
Not a fat chance. I can't hardly stand up. My feet hurt, my legs hurt. It was a rough day. It wasn't really a rough day. It was all right, but
Well,
we're sore.
We didn't camp at the first camp we came to because we passed a group of Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
And we knew they'd eventually catch up.
Yeah. A group of Boy Scouts, we wanted to make sure we got to camp before they did. So, but the locals beat us to it even, so. Anyway. We're tired. It's probably 5:30, 6 o'clock. go to bed. Might be a late start tomorrow. We might try to sleep in. I don't know. We got another 8-mile day according to the itinerary that we've been following to make sure we get the hike done within 7 days. But we'll see. If it takes longer, it takes longer. Good night. Smudge on your boots. Keep them dirty.
Okay, good morning. Here we are, day 2. Just getting started. And it got cold last night, but it wasn't too bad. We were prepared, so... Oh, drop my gloves. Okay. But next to us was a camp of maybe 12, 15 women. So we had to camp off to the side by the river. And it was awesome. But we got up and got going this morning. Had some coffee and a quick cereal bar. And temperature's rising already. I had to already take a layer off. Look at that. Woo-wee. Look at that drop off. We're headed away a little bit from the river for now, but we're about to go back down to it, and I think we're going to ride the border of that river for most of today. And that is the Chattooga River, which was where the movie Deliverance was filmed on those, I don't know what they call Class A rapids. But we should be seeing some of that later today. But these elevation climbs are they're no joke for sure. I mean, yesterday it seemed like we were just going up and up and up and up. It was relentless. But we loaded up on ibuprofen this morning, and I said, hey, did you put some extra stuff in my back because it feels heavier today? And he said the same thing. I said, it should be lighter because we had food. But we are still alive. Mom, sorry I have no service. Can't get out to you right now. But I will when I can. I'll talk to you later. This is a rare session that we're actually not going up. And it's a relief. So pretty. All the leaves are greening. There's the Chattooga River. It's rapids. Working our way back down closer to it.
The Chattooga River is where the movie Deliverance was filmed. This river has everything from Class 1 to Class 5 rapids on it. When we get down there a little closer, we'll get a little better shot of it, but I think most of our shots when we get closer will be a lot slower than what we're seeing right here. but it gets a lot heavier rapids and stuff. You can hear them when you're walking through the mountains down here.
We are listening for banjos.
Yeah. This looks like it might be a waterfall when it rains good. We've seen a couple little waterfalls so far, but they say it gets better the further you get in. Supposed to be a big suspension bridge or something over here too, somewhere I think that crosses the river. Wow. I know this filming doesn't do its justice, and you really can't see through the trees as good as I can. It's just beautiful. And you gotta look up, man. Look at that. Whew. Some of these trees, they're just freaking gigantic, man. Nice little slick spot. Looks like a good place to fall down. See if I can maneuver it. I ain't gonna fall too far. Might be a arch trying to get out of there. Put your backpack on. That big old dead tree down there. I'll bet that thing's 8-9 foot around. It's just beautiful. This is what you call God's country here, people. I bet the first day on this trail, 90% of it's uphill. So of course, once you go up, you got to come back down. That's my favorite part, the downhill part. It's probably my favorite part of all hiking is going down the hill. It's not easy though, because it's a lot of pressure. People are trying to push you down as you go. Man, it just got chilly. All right, y'all. We'll come back to you here in a few minutes. That's just half the tree. It's dead. The top of it fell off. Trees. Those are some nice boulders.
I can hear the sound of that. our trail here. And look at there. The waterfall. We gotta walk through this. Let's give it a whirl.
So bad.
Go ahead.
Let's take a break here. Go for the water.
Can't see much through the trees, but you can sure hear it. All that white is water.
Water rapids.
Yes, sir. This is too pretty to pass by. What'd you do?
Drop my waterfall.
Dude, can you reach it? It looks like the trail goes through there. But Todd dropped his water bottle, so let's go watch that. Don't fall.
Piece of fucking shit. Look at the trees growing over the edge there. The what are they called? Rhododendrons. I'm gonna say. Look at this one here. Oh, it's almost straight up. Look at that big ass tree. And its roots run along the edge of that thing. Let's just get out of here where that thing falls. Or any other part of this shindig. Wait a second, who's this? Who is that? Oh shit. It looks like it might fill up with water right there on good rainy days and then spills over and runs down through there and on down to the river, which is right there. That's just
Trail. Woo. show you where the trail is. We are walking right alongside of this river. Right on the very edge. Pretty tricky. So we have finished up day 2 at Burroughs Ford Camp, and this is where we are camping for the night, alongside the river, literally alongside the river. It's gonna be a good night. It's supposed to be cold, probably, what, 28 degrees? How cold's it supposed to get?
It's something like 34.
Oh, I thought it was 28.
Last night was a cold night.
Last night was, okay. It was cold this morning, but it warmed up really nice. It was actually a perfect day. But we put in 8.1 today, so total for this, I think this is the finish of the section completely, was 16.5 for this whole section. So tomorrow we will head straight down the trail again to start a new section, and it's supposed to be a big day, like 15 miles if we stay on the suggested itinerary. But with blisters like that, I don't know, we just take it slow. We're getting ready to fix dinner, rub each other's feet, soak them in the cold water, and chill. See you in the morning.
This is from inside our tent. We got a front row view. Lake, what's it called? The river? Chachuga. The Chachuga River, where the movie Deliverance was filmed. We keep all of our gear outside in this little jibba-jigga there, overhang thinga-jing. We got our coffee over there, ready for some coffee. Anyways, it's about 5:30 and we are going to bed. Schmutz on your boots. Alright, y'all. Schmutz on your boots here, keeping them dirty. We are at the beginning of day 3. Had a good night last night at our second campground. Slept right next to the river, watched the sun go down. Had a good dinner, PB&J. I just didn't feel like cooking. Mama cooked up some canors and enjoyed the crap out of that. Put some pepperoni in there and some bacon bits. Oh my God, it was delicious. Thank God she didn't eat it all, saved me some. So I finished that. Got up and packed up. Now we're on a trail again. And guess what? We got lost. I don't want to say we got lost, but the trail wasn't very well marked. The trail led us into the campground where we stayed. So we just assumed that you exited on the other side. We walked that way. Couldn't find no white blazes, so we went back to camp. And luckily there's a couple old boys there that are from around here and directed us how to get back. But let me tell you something. There was no markings, no nothing for the first half mile or so. But I mean, I guess we could have went all the way back to where we saw the last white blaze, but it was kind of confusing. Anyways, back on trail. It's about 9 o'clock, day 3. And of course, it's uphill. I think this trail goes uphill and it never comes down. Yeah, we're away from the river on day 3. I don't know what kind of views we'll have. Yeah, we got 6.5 miles to our first water source. So we're packing a little extra water because T-Bone drinks a lot of water. Supposed to do 15 miles today. We'll see how that goes. If this don't get any easier or start going downhill, this fat boy ain't gonna make say 10 mile. But I'm gonna give it my best shot. So remember, keep your boots dirty. Schmutz on your boots. See you in a little bit.
Squeeze. Oh my God. Whew. That was tight.
Let's watch Mama squeeze through there. Stand up high. Try to turn your back across.
Stand up high. I'm only 5'1".
Wait, I missed it. Go back and do it again. Just kidding. I got you. Woo, doggy.
That's how it's done.
Well, that was the first time we had to do that. Just a little squat down. Look at these little flowers popping up everywhere.
Aw. These are the purple ones.
These purple ones now got all these yellows. Big old valley down there.
High. Coming down off a huge mountain, and we are glad for the downhill slope. Every day, very different views. Yesterday was all riverside. And today it's pure mountain climbs. Here we go. gosh. Oh my gosh. It just keeps on going. Hiker's Peril Falls.
That's weird.
Oh my
I didn't know it was that big.
I didn't either. It just kept opening up and some more waterfalls. We passed a great big one there, but we didn't have a good view of it. But they clear away some of the trees that you can see. We decided to break for camp early today because we're just whooped. It's a nice spot right past those waterfalls, so we can still hear them. Todd's getting ready to hang our bear bag. And there's nobody else here. The trail is up that hill, so we are down in the gully here. We got fire started. Some big old logs for benches set up for us. This is our first fire. We decided since we're breaking early, we're just gonna sit around and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's sick. All right, we're gonna go down through the creek here and show you where we're getting our water at tonight. You don't get much fresher water than this. This is mountain spring water. And we're gonna do little dishes while we're down there too. And wash your face, so follow me, come on down. Look up this Widowmaker.
The bear bags are hung
On the Widowmaker.
on the Widowmaker.
This is it. Water is so cold here, you can't always stick your feet in there. It hurts so bad. But we do it anyway.
It does feel good after walking all day. But you can only stand it for like a second. Where do you think that boulder came from?
I put it there.
That was a nice boulder.
Nice boulder. And we're going to fill up our water jug and we'll take it back and filter it with our Sawyer squeeze. This will be enough water to make some breakfast in the morning, some oatmeal, and then fill up our water bottles for travel. horses.
It's cool down here. That tree right there is getting ready to fall. You see that
look
thing?
At that thing. Holy cow. Get out here before it splits.
Oh my gosh, there's a crack. Holy crap. Okay. That ain't good.
I think we're out of it.
You think? Okay.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, got some dirt on our boots today. Shit, excuse me. Lisa's in South Carolina. I'm in North Carolina. We're on the state line. Pretty proud of ourselves. This is a heck of a feat for us. Not quite the halfway mark yet, but we got a long ways to go for that. Anywho, this is the start of day 4. We're just going at our own pace, so we're going to get done when we get done. So,
I can't do that.
you can't turn around. All right, so stay tuned for more schmutz on your boots. Keep them dirty.
Lovely benches. We are told was made by the Girl Scouts, and they put them here because they want you to enjoy this. You just see so far. Dang. Oh yeah? North Carolina.
And that's at the bottom of it that you see there. It goes down even further. It's not down that far yet. Here.
You might. Feeling filling up our water bags. We are out of water.
I'm out of legs.
Down at the bottom of the falls.
These are a little trickier. They're not flat. Those are some tricky ass stairs there. All right, this is the bottom of the falls here. We gotta go across that bridge over there. And let's go. Big step here, mama. Not much of a trail here. Just some rocks and some sticks and these people. How you guys doing?
Good, how you doing?
Not bad. Look at them boulders. Those are nice boulders. This is the trail. Careful, Mom. That's one of the cool things about this trail is the nice things that you see, like these waterfalls and these bridges, and just walking through here kind of inspires you to get to the next obstacle instead of just tromping through the woods, you know. That's what I'm kind of enjoying the most about the whole trip is just what's next, and then it never ceases to amaze me. All right, Mama, show us how you get over there. Hold on. Man, this looks like a good place to take a bath. Wow. Huh? Well, I seen people walking across it and jumping over, but I ain't doing it. I'm going up that rock right there. Trust your shoes. Get on your hands and knees. I think you got it, Mama. Want me to go first and I'll pull you up by hand?
There ain't no way.
Here, hold this. You videotape me making this climb.
Get out of the way. Babe.
Ta-da! Ooh, this. Oh wow! Look way up there. That's beautiful. That's the whole falls. Yeah, they're crazy. You don't get to get up and close and personal like this with it. I bet I got down here faster than that water fell all the way down. Welcome back to Schmutz on Your Boots, keeping it dirty, keeping it real here. You can see we are at home now. We did not do the full 77 miles. And what did we do, 33, like 33.4?
Something like that.
Something like that, so almost halfway. We ran into some issues with, at first we thought it might have been altitude sickness a little bit. It might have still had been, but we both started having some stomach issues. I kept eating and drinking as normal because I knew I had to. I'm required, as you can tell. But Mama Bear here, she was not eating or drinking. It hurt for her to swallow and to drink. So we were at a point on the trail where it was either we get off or we go on. And if you went on, there was no turning back. You know, you had to.
Whitewater Camp.
Yeah, Whitewater Camp was our last night.
And we had to backtrack to Bear Creek Access for Taz to pick us up. And as Taz said, there's a whole lot of dirt between there and the next access.
Yeah.
So we made the call to get off, as we didn't know what the sickness was from or how it was going to progress.
Right. At first I thought maybe it was just something I ate and it was just me and probably just needed to poop or something. But when Lisa started saying that she was feeling the same way, I thought that was kind of odd. And then when she couldn't eat or drink, and I mean, we were huffing and puffing and sweating, and she wasn't drinking at all. I knew we couldn't go on anymore because without the proper hydration,
it was just odd.
die.
I wasn't even feeling hunger at all. I mean, and it was a whole day had passed, and
Yeah.
I'd only had maybe 2 bites.
Yeah, we skipped lunch that last day. We didn't eat any lunch. We just had some breakfast and maybe a couple little snacks on the walk. But anyways, we learned a lot from the hike. Not only was it beautiful, and it's been about a week now since we've been home, and it took a long time for us to get this video, but I was already telling Lisa, I was like, I missed your trail. She's like,
Yeah.
me too. I just want to get back on. So we got some adjustments to do, you know.
Definitely on our gear.
Yeah, we thought we had gear dialed in, but apparently we didn't. You know, my pack alone is pretty heavy pack, but I thought, I'm a big burly dude, I could take care of it and stuff. But let me tell you something, when you start walking in the mountains of the Foothills Trail and the base of the Appalachian there, it ain't no joke.
I
That
didn't
stuff is
feel a lack of
steep.
energy on the trail, though. I mean, of course, your elevations, you're gonna, be winded, but we took them slow and steady, and I didn't feel that was the challenge at that point. And, I had multiple blisters on my feet and worked through those with leukotape, and they managed to pop and reabsorb, and they healed up. The only other issue I had with my feet was my pinky toe, I guess what they call it, backpack black toe or something, but my pinky toe is,
Tiger's foot or something.
I guess I'm gonna lose my nail. It's turning black, and it just, I guess my feet swelled up. I took my boots off. Once I did that, I could not get my left boot back on. No matter how hard I tried, I unloosened all the ties. It was not going on. So I had to finish in my camp shoes. And they were comfortable after that, but my toe is still not recovered. I don't know what's going to go on with that. I don't need it to walk. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, we learned a lot. I mean, we were exhausted at the end of days. We were only doing about 8-mile days, which isn't a whole lot compared to what you see of most people doing.
We've done way more than that here.
But the altitude, we didn't have the altitude here as they do out there. So
8 miles out there we do 8 miles in 4 hours here.
Yeah.
No problem. But it was taking us all day to get 8 hours or to get 8 miles in, and we're like, at the end of the day, we're stopping at 3 or 4 o'clock and we're done.
Yeah, we were spent, but then we'd get a good dinner and sleep, and we'd wake up the next morning, we were ready to go. No sore feet, muscles were a little tight, a little stretched, so we did a little stretching, but as soon as we hit the trail, man, you felt good, you felt refreshed, and we'd just be marching along and working up our sweat, and then before you know it, it was 4 o'clock again. I'm like, how many miles we do? Oh, only 8. It's like, oof.
We get on some flats, and I thought for sure we'd covered some ground, but we didn't.
Yeah, so obviously we got some work to do. We got some gear upgrades we need to do. We plan on going back, hopefully, this fall, maybe late October, early November, and doing the other half of the trail and going back to Bear Creek and starting off there. We did carry 10 days worth of food for us.
It was about 10 pounds each.
Yeah, it's about 10 pounds in the bag for food a person, and that's a lot of weight, man. That's a lot of weight. So
and it did get lighter with each day, but then when I quit eating, then my pack wasn't getting any lighter, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. I don't like the assortment of trail food.
Anybody got any suggestions on trail food? We've tried all the normal.
If I sit here and think of one of those meals right now, my stomach rolls.
I tell you what, my favorite part was once we got off the trail and got back to civilization was eating that big old burrito from Moe's. That was so delicious. And then really think I had hiker hunger, but I lost 6 pounds in like 5 days.
He did lose 6 pounds in 5 days. He lost.
Yeah, so I don't really know if I noticed it or not, but I'm sure I've gained it all back right away because I just could not stop eating. We got back, we had Moe's for lunch that afternoon. We got back, and then we had pizza. I had a pizza for the road to drive home. It was just, I couldn't stop eating. But our feet are really sore. It's a week later, and I still get some pain in my heels and my Achilles at the end of the day. We've been walking around here and working on our chicken coops and stuff for the last week here, but by the end of the day, man, I feel like I just walked 8 miles again, and I probably ain't walked half a mile, but my feet are hurting. I'm guessing it has something to do with the hiking and stuff, so hopefully they'll heal up a little better.
I mean, we definitely need to check into, at our age and activity level, maybe definitely hyperlight packs, and our tent we can lighten that up too.
Yeah, and our shoes. Now the shoes I had, I love them. They were comfortable, and I've had them for about a year now. But as soon as I got on the trail, I got a tear in the side of them and a hole in the bottom of one boot. I don't think they would have made it the 77 miles.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to swap my boots out for something else.
Yeah, I like the boots, or at least a high top trail runner. I like the security around my ankles. I want her to have security around her ankles too, because she's got weaker ankles than I do. So, but we got to find us some shoes, some good trail shoes to wear, some good ultralight. And I say ultralight, I'm not naming any brand names. I'm just saying a light pack. We need to go with some lighter packs and reevaluate our gear and our pads.
Well, specifically for this trail, the packs we have would work great on a day hike or a 2-day hike, but this particular trail, the way we choose to hike it is we carry our food in. A lot of people
self-sufficient. We didn't want to have to hide food along the trail.
I didn't want to
get off trail and go find a meal.
Get Taz leaving food caches, and it just seemed that just complicated everything to me.
But he'll do anything you want to do, and
a lot of people do it that way. They'll have bear cans hid, and he'll stash them for them, and I think that's great. But I just wanted to do it on my own, and which meant carrying a lot of food. And there's a lot of stuff that I would say we did. I only brought really one outfit,
Me too.
And maybe a dry pair of pants in case they got wet. But our rain gear, we need to dial that down. We use our fishing rain gear. It's just too heavy and bulky. It's good, but we don't need that quality on the trail. We just something that will pack down a lot lighter. But if we were going to, I don't know, these packs might work on the AT because every 4 miles there's a town.
Yeah, every 4, 5, 6 miles you can go to a town where you can sit down at a bench and rest your feet, or spend the night at a hotel or something like that. Where the Foothills Trail, if you want to go there as a newbie like we were and do your first through hike, if you're in good enough shape, you got good enough gear, you could do it. It'd be nice and easy. But if you're an older couple, I don't want to say I'm an old man, I can't do shit, because I know I can do it. And but it's tough, man. That trail is no joke. There are billy goat trails up there that are just wide enough for you to put one foot in front of the other.
This much on the side of a mountain, and that's not a lot of it, but there are portions there where you look up and you look down and you realize you're on the side of a great big mountain.
Yeah, and the trail's so thin that if you're going to look up, you better stop walking, because if you misstep, you're going down the side, and it's a long way back up.
Which is concerning when you're carrying your home. You're like a snail. Everything's on your back. If you lose balance in any way, that pack is leading away.
Right, and that's what's been telling us that maybe our packs are still a little too heavy. My pack was 35 pounds with food, no water.
Mine was 25 because he carried the tent.
Yeah.
And the cook set.
But it was definitely an experience. I think we learned a lot. I enjoyed the heck out of it. I'm ready to go back and finish it or start over and do it all over again. I definitely want to improve my gear, and Mama does too. Neither one of us are quitters. We don't like to quit. We did not want to get off the trail.
It's disappointing. I'm a little disappointed in myself for not thinking through what I needed to do to keep going, but it got scary when you got to a point where there's no more cell phone service after this. So if I run into trouble, I can't even get a hold of Taz. And
she's pretty stubborn. She just quits drinking and says she feels okay. That's fine if we can get to a place when you get thirsty or need some medical treatment.
Plenty of water, but
I wasn't about to let her go on feeling that way.
he made the call.
Yeah.
And I didn't argue with him, so.
And my stomach was upset too. I don't know. At first I thought it was something I ate. We already covered that. But anyways, so we got off trail. We had a couple little medical issues. I would say foot-wise or feet-wise, we were in great shape.
Yeah.
Foot-wise. We've seen people come off there with duct tape wrapped around
I
every
did have
single
duct tape
toe.
over my socks. After then, I had leuco tape and then duct tape wrapped around the
That
one
was
foot.
another thing I learned is my feet sweat a lot. I could never keep my boots dry, and it wasn't even raining. I need to figure out what I need to do for socks. I love the darn tough socks. They are extremely comfortable. But
Sock liners.
My feet sweat in them. So
That's-
I might need some sock liners or something to wick the sweat away, but also dry out my boot. Maybe, my boots were full leather. There was no ventilation to them. They were 100% waterproof and full leather. So I got to figure that out. Anyways, as you can tell, we do have some issues to work through. We will come back and videotape the rest of it, or if we decide to just start over, we'll videotape that too. It was fun. We had a good time.
I'm not so sure just picking up where we left off would feel like quite the same accomplishment.
Right, so you kind of quit and went home for 6 months and didn't come back. But
Yeah.
they say a thru hike is, you got to do it within a year, so it's considered a thru hike. So I don't know. But I'm the same way. I want to get on trail and do it and be done and call that a thru hike. But anyway.
That's it.
That's all we got. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, schmutz on your boots. Keep them dirty. And say goodbye, Piper. Goodbye, Piper.